see me, what I do is little, painting videos that I do with acrylic. If you're now just seeing me, the videos that I do might not be for you. If you're the type of person that likes to see the artist, take about 2 hours to paint a stone, or 2 or 3 days to just paint in a mountain, this video is not for you at all. The way I paint is, I do kind of a quick painting, and I put in, a decent amount of detail, in my opinion, and I do it in a very easy, quick way. So I don't take, 2 weeks to paint, and that's what my videos are about. You can take 30, 40 minutes out of your day, and then you can paint a little nice painting. So if that's for you, this video is for you. And another thing is that, if you want to watch some idiot on YouTube making a complete fool of themselves, yes, this video is for you, because there is no more of an idiot than I am on YouTube. That is for sure and for certain. Ask anybody, okay? Ask anybody. Enough on that. But anyway, hey, subscribe to that channel for me, guys. Escape Art by Scott, and hit that old like button, and share the video also. And I would muchly appreciate it, and that would help, keep my little videos here going. Enough on all that. Again, today is the 21st of October, 2023, and this will be my 104th YouTube video. So, let's get to it. Got an old canvas here. I went ahead and painted it, a little blue color here. This is going to be a winter scene today. Just a little winter scene. And I'm going to go ahead and miss this top part. If you are just now seeing me, check out my other videos, and you'll see, how I paint. And I'm going to just come up in here and just paint this top part. Just a nice light coat of this white paint here. It needs a little bit more moisture up here. Alright, there it is. Yep. You can almost tell right away if if you don't have enough mist on your painting. Paint is really dry, and your paint will just skip along. You're like putting out cement. You don't want that. Right down in here, this is very light coat. I put in this blue in because the blue's going to be my little shadow areas for my snow, okay? I normally will cut the camera off when I put this white in, but this is going to be a winter scene, like I said, and the winter scene normally go kind of quick. It goes kind of quick. Now I'm going to go ahead and get me some old Prussian blue here. Mist this again. Mist it again. And let's come right up in here. This is dropping some more color up in here. Yep. Right up in here. Let it get old lighter and lighter as it comes down to the horizon line down here. Alright. I'm going to get my brush here, and let's just come up in here before it dries on me, and let's just blend this out a little. Get rid of the harshness. No hard lines in the sky. No hard lines whatsoever. There it is. Alright. With the same old color here, I'm going to dip it back into the old Prussian blue. Let's come up here. Let's make some clouds up in here. Now all you have to do is just tap. There's a different way of making clouds. Okay? Anyone can do this little tapping. Okay? Anybody. Right there. The old snow clouds, I guess. Something like that. That's nice in here. Get rid of the harshness. clouds, like I always said, these clouds should be soft so that a butterfly can fly right through it. Right. There's that, and I'm going to come back in here. Let me just a little bit of this white color here. A little white paint. This one over here too. Can't forget about that one. They'll get mad. Can't forget them. Something like that. And this is the way you put a cloud in front of a cloud. Okay. You know, this lighter color, and you come right here, right below that, and put in another cloud. Okay, look at that. That's all there is to it. Put clouds in front of another cloud. And just like that. Alright. Alright. I'm going to come back here later on and probably put a little snow, a little highlight for the cloud on top of these little clouds right here. But right now it's a little bit too wet, so I'm going to let that dry. Now I'm going to come back in here and I'm going to start putting in some mountains up in here. Got me a little light color here, a little light blue, and yes, again, I'm using my brush here. I need to make that a little darker. A little darker. Right. Let's see. And come up in here. And I'm using, a brush to make this here mountain because, a brush, it has soft edges. And, that's what you want when you're putting in a distant mountain. I need to make that a little darker here. Hard to tell it. There it is. There, that's what I'm looking for. Come right here. Maybe there's this little bump, but no, hardly any detail that's up in here. Okay? It's way too far out. Now you start, making a lot of detail in your furthest mountain, it's going to lose that effectiveness. So keep that in mind. I'm going to add a little snow up in here, just a little. Hardly anything up here, hardly anything. Again, using the old brush. And I want to have me some more closer mountains as I'm working down. Something like that. I've been painting now for doing these videos. I don't know, over 2 years now. I got 53 subscribers to my channel, and I got over 3,300 views. Now the way I understand it, I need at least that much on just one video, and I'm nowhere near that right now. So, I don't know if I'm on the right track or not with this. There. There's my first mountain. Okay? A little mist down at the base of this mountain. So this little mist right down in here. Yep. Now this right here, it's going to push this thing even further back. Just further back. There. so you can see a little more detail. And let's have a little bump right here. Something like that. And come on down. Again though, not too much detail. Still using that brush. I used a little darker color than that. That's all. That is all. That. I'm gonna come back in here with just a little bit of this snow. Like that. Alright, I'm gonna hit the camera off, okay? And I'm gonna finish this one up. Then I'm gonna put the other mountain in. Alright, be right back. Alright guys, as you can see right here, I put a little glacier right through here. And I'm gonna come back, it's just the same color, but now I just add a little black. And this will be the about the closest mountain I'm gonna make. So I'm gonna have 3 mountains here. So just drop it right on in. Don't be scared. Okay? And just drop it right on in. And kind of let it go. Kind of let it go here. And come up here. Maybe there's a little bump here. I'm all into those bumps, ain't I? That one. Alright. That's about all I'm going to do for that. Alright, I got my mountain in. I'm going to let that dry a little bit. Okay, I'm going to come up here and just touch up some of these clouds like I said I was going to do. I need to go ahead and do that before I forget. I will forget. And just come along here and just drop in these little cloud, little highlights on these clouds. Something like that. Nice and soft again. No rough edges. Keep that old brush moving. There, that's it. Alright, come right down here. Gotta get this one too. About to run out of paint on my brush. I'm gonna try to squeeze this in here. There it is. Nice, soft looking clouds. There. Right. Alright, let's go ahead and start putting on this snow here. And I think I'm going to come in this way this time and just put on the snow here. Now the key thing is letting this paint break. The blade itself should not touch the canvas, just the paint. Something like that. And you're breaking and leaving these little holes. Okay? Something just like that. I want to come in here and give you some color here. A little highlight, some shadow color rather. I'll come right over in here put this little shadow color on. Gotta have a shadow. Look at that. Alright. Now, am I the best ever at making mountains? Absolutely not. Okay? Absolutely not. But you know, am I getting a little better with it? Yeah. Practice. Practice, practice. Get right up in here. A little shadow behind that. Sometimes, you know, it's nice just to let some of the snow just drift over. Like that. Alright. A little bit of shadow right up in here somewhere. Yep. There. Well, I'm going to step back and see what I got. And we got, you know, this big old mountain. Let's put a little mist down here also. A little mist. And when you're putting your mist in, kind of go up the mountain a little. Because you just don't want to go straight across. You know, it looked like, you know, someone took a knife and just, you know, don't want to do that. And how's that? Alright guys, let's come around here and let's start putting in some snow. It's right through here. And then you got a little bump right here, a little hill. Let this blue, allow that blue to, you know, work with me here. And let's come like this right here, boom, just like that. Snow got to be one of the easiest things to do in this technique. I mean, you see me struggling putting on the snow? Absolutely not. Right. Now, I've seen artists where they take their little, you know, silver brush and they'll come up here and chicken pick. You know, again, that's on them. Uh, but that definitely is not the way I do it. Right. Alright, I think I'm going to put me some trees right on top of this hill here. Just mix me up some little black and blue. I did forget to tell you that when I do my winter scenes, all I do is have three colors: blue, black, and white. You don't see no pink up here, or yellow, or orange, and brown like these other people paint. You know, these winter scenes, you know, to me, they're supposed to be cold, 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 in my opinion. And that's the way I do it. And I just can't see a cold painting, you know, that has a, you know, a sunset, a yellow sunset in it and stuff like this right here. And I was using just a flat brush to make these little trees, distant trees way back here. Okay? I'm going to go ahead and probably cover up all this right here with this, so I'll be right back. Alright, went all the way across my trees. Now watch here. I'm going to come right, I want to save this right here. So I'm going to come right here and put me in a to save that. Same little technique. Too far to see anything. Too far. But we are getting closer now. We're getting closer down here where I'm going to start putting in some detail. Maybe just a little bit darker. I got a little bit too wet there that time. That's alright, just dry it off. When you do that, just take a little paper towel and dab it, and just go away. If you're doing it alone, if you don't tell nobody, they'll never know. A little bit too wet there, but I stopped immediately. There it is. Now see, the reason why I started, I want to say that because that's where the skiers go. The skiers go way up here and they ski down. See? And that's why I wanted to say that. They have to have a place to ski, you know. You know, they did a survey. Hold on just a second. That old camera's about to go dead on me, so I'm going to have to shut it off. Be back about an hour or two when the camera charges back up, and we'll go ahead and finish up this painting. Alright, be right back. Alright guys, hey, I'm back, and camera is fully charged now. We're ready to go. I'm going to start right here. I'm going to add me a little bit more snow. Probably some fresh snow right through here. There it is. That's it. And just give me a little bit more. Come right through here. Nice little fresh snow. Right through there. There. Nice. Now what I was saying before I had to go and charge my camera, so this is where the people ski at. Right here. And up in here too. Up in there. Now, they took a survey some years ago on what is the number one sport and where you can most easily break a leg. And the survey came up is that skiing is the best way and how you, if you have a desire for pain and, you know, for broken legs and, you know, stuff like this right here, just try skiing because it will eventually happen. Alright, now, keeping that in mind, would you ever see me skiing? Well, yeah, no. No, you won't see me skiing. I don't see myself doing, you know, participating in a sport where it's the most easiest way to break a leg. Alright? And that ain't just a broke leg that you get. You know, the way I understand it, it's one of those compound fractures. Compound now. Which meaning the bone is sticking out of your skin. Okay, now, for some of you that really don't know me, I kind of like where my bones are at, okay? I like them inside my body and junk, alright? You know, I don't need no bones sticking out of my body, so, yeah, you won't see me skiing that much at all. And, you know, the same way I could put that, the same category as people that go out there in the ocean and surf. Okay, you won't be seeing me doing much surfing either. Because look at it, how long do you stay on that board? What, 10 seconds, 12 seconds? You know, and the rest of the time you're fighting for your life. Okay, drowning or sharks or something. I mean, that is ridiculous. But anyway, enough on all that. find some trees that are a little closer. I got this little liner brush here, and all you do, you're still too far away for any detail. What I like to do is just make a line, all right, and then come across and just go side to side. And this is an easy way to make some very distant trees. You know, you get a little closer so you can see a little more detail. And something like that. Okay? And we can just come in here and put a whole bunch of lines in here. Alright? A little more distinct and just come right across. It takes a little bit more time to do it this way, but you know, in the end, you know, it's kind of nice. You know, trees far away, use a little bigger brush in this, you might get a little more detail in it that you want. Still way too far away. All right. Alright, there's that one, and let's come along another one a little further down. Bring that one down, and just come across. And something like that. And I'm going to go ahead and put these everywhere, so I'll be right back. Alright, got a few little trees right here. I want to go ahead and finish putting in my snow right here. That's it. And I think I'm going to have me a little bank right here. Something. Looks like a little bank of maybe a little water. Or something. Right about in here. Something like that. You know, as I'm doing this, you know, when I was talking about skiing, and you know, I'm breaking that old leg, and those surfers get out there, spend 10 seconds on a surfboard, the rest of the time fighting for their life. I don't know. That recalls me a little series that was some years ago called "I Shouldn't Be Alive." Okay, I'm sure most of you have heard of it, or even seen it. Really, I kind of like that show. Those are what you would call, your super idiots. Now, beginning of this video here, I'm the most well-known idiot, but I'm not a super idiot. I'm not a stupid idiot. Okay, those type of people that they're so stupid they don't know they're idiot. I know I'm an idiot. That's sure enough. Okay, that is for sure. Ain't no question about it. Ain't no question about it. Okay, no question about it at all. I can't deny that. But when you're so stupid you don't know you're an idiot, you need to stay away from those people. Just stay far, far away from those people. One of the greatest quotes I ever heard was, "You never argue with a stupid person because they'll always win because of their experience of being stupid." All right? I'm a firm believer in that one. But getting back to what I was saying, I shouldn't be alive. These stories of these people get themselves in these situations, and they had to, fight through it and survive the ordeal, and they do. And they get on the show and they tell their story, and they, of course, the show reenacts what they went through. And I would like to talk to you now for about 3 of them. Just hold on. Now, wanted to put some kind of like some dirt right around in here, just to make it look like a bank of some sort. Just a little dirt. Again, this is just blue and black mixed together. Blue and black. All right. That is, but I shouldn't be allowed. I'm gonna talk to you three of them, okay? And one of them was the. Let's see here. Let me get some more paint. I need to put some more trees in here and stuff. Ran out of paint on my palette, so I'll be right back. Yeah, because I need this stuff right here and here to dry. Because I want to take some snow and come over it. Okay, so but I need it to dry, and I need to block in this air right through here. So I want to come up right up in here and just drop me in a nice little tree right about there. Don't even worry about what you have here. You just go right over it. Straighten that up a little bit. There you go. And come on down. And use the side of the fan brush here to make these little trees. Come all the way down, just blue and black. That's all I have on my brush here, the fan brush. See these little trees back here? They still, you know, you can still see them. Be careful of that. You can still see them. Come up here somewhere. Yep. There's that one. And maybe just one more right about here. Again, side of the brush. And I'm going upward motion right come down here. If you can see it, I'm going up with it. There's that one. There it is. But the first one I wanted to talk to, I shouldn't be alive. Let's say, let's talk about the guy that now this guy here, he was in the medical field of some sort. He was either a doctor or a PA, something had to do with medical. But the love of his life was he was an adventure guy. He liked to climb mountains, you know, go on these adventure trips and all. In which this trip he did, he went on his own. And to make a long story short, he got trapped. This big old boulder fell down on his arm. You guys might have heard of this story. It was all over the news when it happened. Well, he stayed there, I don't know how many days. So let me go back. He had quit his job, and he opened up a place where you can go and buy mountain climbing gear. And he was a guide and all this. He didn't make nowhere near as money that he did when he was in the medical field, but he was more happy. So give and take right there. Okay. He's more happy with what he was doing, which I can't really blame the guy for that. But anyway, he went on this little trip into the caverns over there. I don't know, Wyoming or Nevada or somewhere where they got those little caverns throughout on the ground. That's 100 feet below the ground, whatever. But anyway, the big old boulder. I don't know how many tons that boulder weighed, but it came down and it crushed his arm, and his arm was pinned, and he had to stay there. Now, I don't know how many days he was there, but I think he left out on a Friday afternoon or whatever, after work, whatever. Well, Monday came along. He didn't show up for work, which, people that knew him, that they thought it was strange, but it's all right. Well, Tuesday, he didn't show up for work. He didn't call or nothing. No phone. But now, people that knew him, family members all knew something has happened to this guy, because he wouldn't have done that. He would have picked up the phone and made a phone call, saying, hey, I ain't coming in, whatever. Okay? But he was trapped. Well, he finally decided to, like I said, he was in the medical field. He cut his own arm off, guys. Cut his arm. He had a little pocket knife. He started hacking away at his arm. He had a tourniquet, well, as tight as you can get it with only one arm. You know, he started hacking away at his arm, and but before he did that, he had to break his arm. He had to break his own arm, okay, to get out of that. And he had to cut away. Then he came across that nerve. You know, that nerve about as big as round, I don't know, as a pencil or something. I can't imagine how much pain that was to cut into that nerve. But he had sliced right to it, you know. And he started finally yanking. He finally broke free. And there was his arm, okay. He had to, walk 3 miles back to his vehicle. But halfway there, he came across these people that, they're tourists. And so they phoned in a helicopter, and the medic people got out, and they was talking on the show. They said that they walked up to this guy, and he looked right at him. This is just like how you and I are talking, but it's like how I'm talking, and said, hey, I had to cut my arm off, so I'm bleeding here. Would you mind getting me a ride to the hospital? Just as plain, like it's an everyday thing. Cut your arm off, okay? Which it probably saved his life. He didn't panic. It was probably, had a great deal of why he survived that ordeal. But one thing that he did that no one should do when they go out like this is that he didn't tell nobody. He didn't tell nobody where he was at. He didn't tell nobody how long he was going to be gone or anything. So, and that's a big no-no when you're doing this by yourself, okay? But he lived, and then they showed him climbing up this whole rock face of nothing but ice. He had a pick for a hand, and he was climbing up that side of that mountain. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous at what people will do, just for an adventure, and the guy lost his arm. I'm just going to put a little snow right through here, and that's good enough. That is dry enough. Now I'm going to come right through here and just go over lightly over those rocks, very lightly. There, right over it. There, all right. All right. Let me see here. All right, number 2 idiot that I want to talk about is a guy that, he liked to sail. He knew everything about sailing. You know how to navigate, and you're just using the stars to navigate, And I'm going to put another tree right here. Oh, it's a big one. All right. Get a little more paint on my brush here. And this guy went out sailing, and something went wrong, and his boat started to sink. I can't remember what happened, why his boat was sinking like it did, but it was sinking. But he had like a little dinghy thing, a little rubber raft that he threw out there in the ocean. That's where he was at. I can't remember exactly where he was at. All I know is it was an ocean. So there he was, stuck out in the middle of nowhere in that water. Let's put a little snow, a little shadow, a little air right up under this tree here. Right. I'm going to put some snow on my tree, but I need for them to dry a little bit more. So, real quick. So the guy's lost at sea, okay? And all he had was these little, military types things that can make water. You throw it out there in the ocean, and the condensation from the sun you know, and it turns it into somehow some drinking water. But eventually, those things went bad. They just didn't work no more. So now he was out there with no fresh water to drink at all, you know, unless when it rained. And he made a little, what he could, a little spear, you know, to spear little fish that, you know, as they came by and all this stuff. And he was out there, believe it or not, he was out there, make a long story short here, he was out there, I don't know, 76 days, 76 days out there in a little dinghy boat, okay, with no hardly any water at all to drink. And I believe, if my memory is right, what there were some fishermen that was out there in a little boat, a little catfish-looking boat, whatever it was, that came by and seen him and came by, and they were, I'm thinking they were, you know, off the coast of Costa Rica or something like that, because they were Spanish-speaking guys that found him and saved him. Okay, and they brought him in the boat. He had no muscle whatsoever. They had to drag him and pull him onto the boat. They gave him some water to drink and all, and they, you know, rushed him inside to the mainland there and got him some much medical attention. And they showed what he looked like. And this guy, you can just about see right through him. And that's how skinny he was. He was just in horrible condition. Bad, the horrible sunburn. But here's the thing though, what kept him alive was that little dinghy had a little cover. And he hid up under that cover as much as possible. And when it got too hot, he would just take a little dip in the ocean to cool off. And he would get back up under that thing. So that protected him from that getting a, you know, voracious sunburn. But he was burnt anyway. But he would probably be scarred for life, really, if he didn't have that cover. He would have died. That sun would have just drained him all the body fluids, and he would have been dead long before that 76 days. Long before that. Okay, that was the second idiot. Let me talk about a third idiot here. Now this guy right here, he was in the Amazon. He was a tourist, and everyone, all the tourists knew that they had to stay on the path. And there was a homemade path or whatever that people used when they went through there for tourists, little hike. You stay on the path, no problem. Okay? But this guy here, he seen something. And he got off the path and he started walking off. He had a dog with him. Alright? He stopped and, turned back around, absolutely lost. He couldn't find his way back for nothing to that path. And he was spent weeks out there in the Amazon. Okay, you talk about, the mosquitoes just ate him up, all kind of bugs ate him up. Every time he would fall asleep, he would wake up, he'd be just covered in army ants just tearing at him. I can't imagine. I don't know what's worse. Staying out there in that ocean and staying all that time in that Amazon fighting those bugs and ants and all this other stuff. And he got to where he was just starving himself. There wasn't nothing to eat. The only thing he could drink was, he would find little puddles on his leaves and he would drink that. And he got to a point where he was just starving. He looked down, there was a dog, his best friend. And, he killed the dog. He started eating it. But what he didn't know was that he had such bad malaria that anything he ate or drunk came back up. So he threw up everything that he ate. So he killed his best friend, his dog, for nothing, really. So he managed to get to a little clearing, what I can remember, and he looked up and he seen the sun. He just stood there. He ain't felt the sun in days, and he started wandering. Now he's getting delirious. He's about had it. He's about to check out of this world. And he started looking at these trees that were cut at an angle. And he figured that the only way they were cut was by people. Okay, so he managed. He finally got through. He finally got through that Amazon rainforest, and he found himself in some guy's backyard in his garden. And they just happened to be out there tending their garden. They just looked at him, and they just dropped everything, and they knew right off this guy is in a bad, bad way. And he just passed out right there. If he would have done, if he would have passed out inside that jungle, that's it. He's leopard food, okay? Jaguar food, and everything else. The old army ants would have ate good, real good. Well, they got him in there, and he survived. Of course, he telling them the story, and those people knew what to do about that malaria, and treated him for it, and got him to the hospital, and he survived. Man. Yeah, you won't see me, and you will not see me on that show at all. Okay, that's the moral of this story. You ain't seeing me there. All right, let's go ahead and get this snow on these trees here. Enough of me talking. It's time for me to do some painting. Here it comes. There it is. There's one tree. Here it comes. Here it comes. All the way down. There. And this one over here. There it is. And just a little bit on this bin back here. Not too much. Not too much. Too far away. Too far away. You need a little fan brush and brush these in a little bit more. Okay. Find yourself little areas right through here, maybe back in here some. Yep. Just like that. Right. Alright, this little water right here is a little bit too blue for me. So I'm going to come in here and just darken it up a little bit. This is just some little blue, a little black. A little blue and a little black here, just darkening it up. Alright. And then let's go across. It was just a little bit too blue. I want to try to make this thing look like ice, really. Right. Then, while it's still a little wet, come right back here. Just pull down. Some white paint. I go across again. I think that looks a little bit better. Okay. There. That's a whole lot better. Now let's come in right through here and bringing all this together, kind of. Get that little icy feel to it. enjoyed it. Again, I'm Scott, and this is my YouTube channel, Escape Art by Scott. And I hope you come back and see me. And until next time, you guys take care of yourselves. Bye-bye now.